What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Tuesday edition of Burn It Down with Kim Brown. We get tired of the status quo here, and we burn the shit to the fucking floor. How about that? Burn it until it is smoldering with embers and nothing but smoke is left in our path. You know why? Because life is short, beloveds. Okay, we don't really have time for a bunch of chicanery. And Lord have mercy, all we seem to do is encounter chicanery on a daily basis. But fret not, we are here to commiserate with one another and talk about some of these stories and hopefully find a better way forward. I like that. Anyway, how's y'all doing? How's everybody's weekend? Had a good weekend? Good. Yep. So we did not have a show Friday, as you guys heard on the remix of Sporting. My mommy had a little surgery, well, I was gonna say nip tuck, but it wasn't nip tuck. But regardless, she is fully recovered and doing very well. So hence why we did not have a show Friday, because mama first, right? Alrighty. So we back on this good Tuesday, January 30th. Where has the month gone, kids? We already down 1 month into the new year, and I'm not digging it. I'm not digging it. I don't know what 2024 is out here doing. I have a feeling 2024 has a lot more to unfold and reveal to us. But as you guys are going to hear in one of my stories tonight, it has already started revealing things, some things that we already knew, but sometimes sunlight is the best disinfectant. When shit gets exposed to the light, then all of a sudden people start asking more questions. There was an incident that happened in Baltimore County about a week and a half ago, in which a young man was killed by police in a barricade situation. But before police killed him, he went live on Instagram and made a number of confessions, confessed to a number of murders, some of them unsolved. One of them already has someone doing 115 years in jail behind a murder that this person who went live on Instagram during a standoff with police admitted to doing themselves. And that is a story that I want us to begin with tonight. But before we do, let me check in with the crew and see what it do. Let me see who's in here, who's in here, who's in here. I appreciate you guys, all your support. Shout out to everyone that has become a patron at patreon.com/BIDWKB. We appreciate it. Shout out to Patrick S. Patrick, I don't care remember if I shouted. I be forgetting. I'm like, God damn, who did I shout out and who did I forget to shout out? But anyone that has run the channel support in any form, free or material, I just want you to know we appreciate it so much. And if you want to continue to do that, you can do that. BIDWKB. That's us on Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, and Patreon. As I said, hold on. There's a commercial running on my fucking channel. Look at this nonsense. Oh, go to my well, not mine, but go to the channel's Instagram at BIDWKB. I actually put a video up on Instagram, and you guys will see all the videos that YouTube has told us that cannot be monetized. And I don't even know if my little dumb caption is on the stupid Instagram video, but my caption read, "The revolution will not be monetized." YouTube is going to see to that the revolution will absolutely not be monetized. So, y'all, I'm trying to tell you, this content ain't popular. It's not what I would call popular, but it's popular with y'all, and that's all I give a fuck about. So shout out. What's up, Afra? Good morning. Hey, what's going on to Holly? What's up, 40J Blaze? Peace to the good brother James. Peace to John Kemper. Peace to Latif. Peace to my good sister in Court. Shout out to all those seen and unseen. What's up to my good girl Shirley? What's up, Anna Hart? What's up, Vespa X? What's up, Abby? What's up, Ursula? What's up, Tasia? What's up, V? What's up, Black Magic? What's up to all you ends and non-ends. Love it. I'm happy and I love to see you. What's up, Northern Witch DD? Peace to Damian Stoner Loner. Shout out to Rosalba and Northern Witch DD over there on Twitch. I know I am just be falling down all on the job on Twitch, but shout out to anyone and everybody that checks out the channel on Twitch. We appreciate it, please. And thank you. All right, you guys. Let me get into the story. Because this shit gonna fuck y'all up. Watch what I tell you. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up on the video, subscribe to the channel, Burn It Down with Kim Brown. Again, you can support us at all of our cash applications at BIDWKB. So the story that I'm going to bring to you guys actually begins on Halloween night 2010 in Baltimore County, just over the city-county line, okay? There was a shooting that night, that Halloween night, in which 3 teens were shot. Tragically, one of those teens lost their life. 16-year-old Daquan Burke. If I have the young man's name correct, I think I do. And what happened after this teenager was murdered on Halloween is a story that helps to further illuminate what we already know and what we like to repeat and reiterate here on this channel, because the propaganda surrounding police being the solvers of crimes, and that when the cops put the cuffs on someone and when the prosecutors move forward with a case, then justice has been served. But as we keep seeing time and time again, even in the 21st century, I'm not talking about some motherfucking murder that had no forensics or no DNA that happened in the 70s, 80s, 90s. No. This is big 2010. You understand? So we're going to pick up the story. We're going to go to, I think this is going to be the story as it was covered in 2010 by WBAL. And it all begins with Daquan's murder, and it culminates to the events that occurred in recent days in Baltimore County surrounding the hostage standoff situation, in which a person went live on Instagram and made a number of confessions. But let's start back in 2010. Take a look.
Well, Halloween proved deadly after 3 people were shot in Baltimore County. One of the victims, a 16-year-old boy. 11 News reporter Lowell Meltzer now is live at county headquarters, and he has the very latest for us on this story. Lowell?
Yeah, at this point, police are still trying to figure out a motive. However, those close to the investigation say that it most likely had something to do with the feud between the Cherry Hill neighborhood in the city and the Baltimore Highlands neighborhood in the county.
I heard he was at a Halloween party, and that's basically all I was told, was that he was at a Halloween party and some guys got to shooting, and that was it.
Kimberly Bradford, aunt of 16-year-old Daquan Burks, knew where he was headed Sunday night, but doesn't understand how he ended up getting shot and ultimately dying of his injuries here in the 100 block of Twin Circle Way. Police say 15-year-old Traquan Woodard and 19-year-old Amin Shahid were with Burks and were also shot but survived.
All we know is we're missing a nephew right now.
Police say the 3 teens were actually shot here at this footbridge that crosses over the BW Parkway. The teens then struggled back to Twin Circle Way after being shot, where Burks collapsed.
We do not know whether these 3 victims were involved in any type of trick-or-treating activities, but what we can say is that an altercation did occur somewhere away from that community that ended up into that community.
As for Kimberly Bradford and Daquan Burks' family, they're still trying to piece together who he was hanging out with and why.
Playful, loving, funny. He was just there. Yeah. And, you know, he always try to take out for his friends, as he say his friends. But, you know, I tell him you get like 5 true friends in your lifetime. So you're hanging with 20 guys, and all of them can't be your friend, you know.
Now, police say they are looking for at least 1 suspect in this case, but there could be more. Anyone with information should call Metro Crime Stoppers at 1-866-7-LOCK-UP. There is a $2,000 reward right now for information leading to an arrest and a conviction. We're live at Baltimore County Police Headquarters tonight in Towson. I'm Lowell Meltzer, WBAL TV 11 News.
So, gang, Baltimore County Police did make an arrest in Daquan's murder, and I wanted to play that package because, again, so many young black boys and men are taken from us via gun violence. Sometimes all the names and faces just become a blur. In fact, when I was trying to find packages around the story, every time I typed in 16-year-old murdered in Baltimore, I can't even tell you the amount of stories that popped up just to give you an idea of how rampant the violence is against our young men out here. But Daquan was murdered in 2010 of Halloween of 2010. Few short weeks later, Baltimore County Police made an arrest, and they arrested a teenager by the name of Sterling Matthews. Sterling was charged with second degree murder and a number of other offenses because, as you heard, two other teenagers were shot during the course of that incident on Halloween. The first trial against Sterling resulted in a mistrial, but he was eventually convicted by a jury in Baltimore County. Again, convicted of second degree murder, convicted of 11 counts, I believe, of first degree assault and three gun offenses. And Sterling was sentenced to 115 years in prison. You heard that right. Well, thank you very much for popping that up. 115 years in prison. Okay. This young man was offered a plea deal to cop to a lesser charge in exchange for a 15-year sentence. He turned it down. Sterling Matthews has maintained his innocence the entire time. Again, he was 17 when this incident happened and 19 years old when he received a sentence of 115 years. He is currently serving that sentence in the Maryland Department of Corrections. Now, that would have been the end of Sterling's story, would it not? But for a hostage situation in Baltimore County almost 2 weeks ago, in which a 31-year-old, I believe, young man by the name of Antonio Hart was involved in a violent standoff with police. Antonio Hart was murdered by police during the course of this standoff, but before he was murdered, he took to Instagram Live. And, you know, it's interesting, I suppose, when people who are in life or death struggles with the cops, or with anybody, I guess, decides to turn on they phone and go live on a given platform to perhaps live stream what may be their last moments. And in this case, it was Antonio's last moments. But I want to preface this video with some content warnings. You are going to see this young man's amongst his last moments. There is no actual violence, no gunshots. You're not going to see him being killed, but you are going to hear him make a number of startling confessions about murders that he says that he committed, including the murder of Daquan Burke, which Sterling Matthews is already doing time. In fact, Sterling has been in jail for over a decade behind this murder. And I want you to listen to what Antonio Hart has to say. So this clip, again, is going to be replete with with young dude gangsterism. You're gonna hear some rap music in the beginning. That was not music that we added. That was music that he was playing when he decided to go live. But then the music cuts out, and then you'll hear his confessions. Very, very, very striking. So anyway, y'all, pay attention to this. Content warnings, trigger warnings, all that. Will, let's roll it.
Will you please kindly get away from my house? I do not want to open fire on you. Get the fuck away from the door. You're going to die too. I have 100-round drums, AK-47 here, and everybody gonna die. The revolution must be televised. Get the fuck away from my house, bitch. I'm tired of 12. I'm tired of y'all fucking harassing me and oppressing me. Y'all been doing this my whole life since 98, since I was 6 years old. I'm ready to die, surround the house, do whatever y'all gonna do. Y'all gonna die. Listen, no, I'm not gonna open the door, and if you come and try to use force at the door, I'm going to shoot. So step off the porch, officer. Please step off the porch, officer. Get me a hostage negotiator here now. This is live. Antonio Hunt is going to die. Get the police. You got the camera. I'm fucking tired of y'all shit. Y'all fuck my household up, bro. Y'all fuck my household up. Get the fuck. I'm about to shoot him. I'm about to shoot him. All right, everybody ready to die, dummy. I'm ready to die today, Monty. I love you, cuz. I love you, cuz. I stabbed myself through the heart. You heard me? 12 out here, they got my shit surrounded. I'm ready to let it hit on 12 on Instagram, y'all. I'm ready to let it hit on 12, y'all, on Instagram, y'all. Y'all think I'm playing? Look. Screen record this. OG Bobby Johnson ready to go out. 046. Yeah, Rambo, bitch. I'm going out with a bang. I told them crabs, get the fuck away from here. This shit real, nigga. Shaw Squad baby shit. Rambo shit. I got the AK in here. You feel me? The ARP. Yeah, I got 3 highly powered fucking machine guns in this bitch. I'm going to take 10 police officers with me before I go. Y'all got Glocks. I got a Glock. I got an AK. And we gonna have fun. Okay? Get the hostage negotiator to come to the front door. To step on the front. If y'all come any closer, I'm gonna shoot you on this side of the bush, and I'm gonna shoot you. Officer. Bitch ass nigga. Suck my motherfucking dick, cousin. You hear me, cousin? You hear me, cousin? I ain't worried about nothing, nigga. And I'm thugging, nigga. And money, you on this bitch, and you better tell me you love me, nigga. Fuck, cuz. Fuck is you talking about? Yeah, I'm dying today. I can't take it no more. I watched everybody die around me. Sterling Matthews is doing a life sentence right now. Is doing a life sentence right now in Cumberland for somebody I killed. Somebody I killed on Halloween with a Hellraiser mask. I had that Glock 17 and that 25 caliber that night that killed Daquan. I did that shit 2010 Halloween. Pin razor mask. Boy, Sterling ain't do that shit. I love you, woo baby, but he ain't do that shit. Big Rambo did that shit 2010. Stepped on him. Yeah, Tyran, I killed him too 2011. I killed him too up the apartments playing games, came through the lake playing games, stepped on his bitch ass, came through, let off shots, ain't hit me, double back in 48 minutes and killed that nigga, dummy. You hear me? Stepped on him. O'Daya them try to say I read it. Niggas try to say I read it. So I walked motherfucking side. He through the alley and Rambo caught and gave his little ass 10 shots in his head, too. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. Boom. Then I stood over him, dummy. Boom, 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 boom. Fuck is you talking about? Then I went, dummy, I'm dead, dummy. I'm dead. Then I went down Calhoun Street. And I killed like 3 niggas down there. You feel me? Yes, money. Make sure this shit gets out. You got niggas that's doing time sentence for shit that I done did. You feel me? Cool. I still doing business for the hood. Niggas doing time behind me. But I'm gonna go out with a bang today and I ain't gonna leave nobody behind, bro. No guy shit far behind. I feel bad. That shit hurt me to my heart. Sterling Matthews doing a life sentence behind his fucking dog. He ain't no shit that what I did with that rod. Yeah.
That's a lot right there. That is a whole lot. That was Antonio Hart again, murdered by police. As you see, he was ready to go. But even in that video confession or his live there, oh my God, the questions, everybody, the questions, so many questions. Listening to him, he certainly does not sound like a sympathetic figure. In fact, he sounds like a serial killer, right? He's admitting to at least 3 murders or maybe 6 murders. I mean, he sounded like he was copping to a lot of murders. But one of the things that he said, when he was threatening the police, he was like, y'all done fucked up my whole household. Y'all done oppressed me for all this time, all his whole life, right? I would be interested to hear Antonio's story. Unfortunately, he's gone and he can't ever tell it. But somebody know, like, how did these people, how did this young man arrive this way? You understand? He's only 30, 31 years old. I can only imagine what he saw and the ages that he saw it at, what he witnessed, the ages that he witnessed it at, and whatever his home situation was, his neighborhood situation, I would imagine did a lot to shape what we just saw right there, right? But so back to the murder of Daquan Burks. Antonio Hart in IG just admitted that he killed Daquan. Sterling Matthews is doing 115 years right now. Some of those other homicides that Antonio mentioned in his confession remain unsolved, y'all. What does this tell us about the state of policing, right? When we think of police, right, and one of the primary functions, not what we know police's primary function to be protect property and to keep niggas in line, right? That primary function. But when the masses, when society thinks of what's the main thing police do? Oh, well, they solve murders, right? They figure out who killed who. They catch killers. They put killers in jail. Do they? Or do they just grab whoever the fuck is close, whoever the fuck fit the description, whoever the fuck may have been in proximity to the scene when the murder happened, and just say, yup, he'll do. Oh yeah, we could probably make a case against him. Look at him, right? People are so quick to assume the worst about young black men and young black boys. And prosecutors know that. Police know that. So they can just snatch up whoever the fuck's convenient, whoever's handy, and put their ass right the fuck in jail, which is exactly what it sounds like happened to Sterling Matthews. And because of this viral IG confession, questions are now being asked of Baltimore County officials, and just to make a distinction for those of y'all who may not be from the area, there is Baltimore City, right? M&T Bank Stadium, okay, in a harbor, Baltimore City, National Aquarium. And then there's Baltimore County. Baltimore County surrounds Baltimore City, okay? They are adjacent, but two separate entities. So Baltimore City and Baltimore County are not interchangeable. They are different places, but they are right next to each other, just for some context. And now Baltimore County officials are getting some questions at minimum. And the family of Sterling Matthews has been waiting over a decade for at least somebody to listen to them, right? And because of this video confession, now the family is finally being heard. So I want us to listen to Sterling Matthews' mother. WBFF Fox 45 went and spoke with her. And just to give an idea about what this family has been going through with their loved one losing his youth, losing his life with a 115-year sentence for a crime that he always said he didn't do. And now a confession might exonerate him, could potentially exonerate him. But let's listen and hear from Sterling Matthews' family.
All right, so walk me through some of these pictures.
So this is just my family wall of just, some of the stuff with the kids. This was like in middle school.
Tanika Brogdon, Matthews' mother, speaking out for the first time.
Their opening arguments to the jury was, we have no evidence against Mr. Matthews.
Sterling Matthews, 13 years into a 115-year sentence.
What's it been like the last 13 years without your son Sterling?
A nightmare, a bad dream, like a part of my soul is missing.
It's a nightmare she says she can't wake up from.
Walk me through the events of that day. What did you do?
We went to Halloween party, then we went trick-or-treating in the neighborhood, came back home. It was dark time. I mean, a regular night.
And Sterling was with you?
Yes.
So when you got home that night, do you remember Sterling leaving, or?
No.
He never left the house?
No.
But according to Baltimore County investigators, Sterling Matthews was here on this bridge, the alleged shooter and killer of 16-year-old Daquan Burke. So we asked Sterling directly from his prison cell.
The news people are here. You're on speaker right now.
Did you shoot and kill Daquan Burke?
No, not at all. I had nothing to do with it. Never. Always told the people I was innocent. Had nothing to do with it. Wasn't even there. They wouldn't do what they supposed to do as far as just like thorough investigation.
Tanika even testifying to that in court. The first trial ended in a hung jury, but the second.
When you heard the word guilty, what was your emotion?
Like somebody reached inside my body and snatched my soul.
Now the investigation may be headed in a different direction after a video confession by Antonio Hart, killed during a police standoff.
I had that Glock 17, and that 25 caliber that night that killed Daquan. I did that 2010 Halloween, pen raising mask. Boy, Sterling ain't do that. I love you, woo baby, but he ain't do that. Big Rambo did that.
Homicide detectives are currently investigating the comments that were made by the individual during the standoff. We don't have any information that we're able to release at this point, but we are actively looking into that.
I often look through the baby pictures. It helps me, makes me feel close to him.
Now, Tanika is hoping that part of her soul will be home soon.
I haven't even thought that far yet. I see it. This is what I've been waiting for.
This is a tale as old as time in the US, right? If there's a crime, any crime, you pin it on the nearest black person. Oh, you got a black man over there? Even better, because the chances are he did that shit, right? I mean, because this country has villainized and criminalized black people's existence so much that even when people who are clearly innocent, right? They're not heard. The interest of the state is not to pursue justice. The interest of the state is to pursue punishment, is to pursue a conviction. They're not interested in getting who actually did the shit. Who can they pin it on? This is why so many black people were so easily lynched and hung in years past, in yesteryear, yestercentury. I mean, depending on your definition of lynching, but you know, I'm talking about get a rope in a tree. But you understand, like the niggas was in proximity, they did it. And how has that changed? How has any of that changed? Guys, when you look nationally at the clearance rates for law enforcement when it comes to crimes like homicide, it is abysmal, okay? Like it usually is under 50% most years. Most times, 50% of the homicides in this country do not get solved. And them getting a conviction does not equate a crime being solved. It equates a person being put in jail and convicted of something. Doesn't matter if it's the right somebody. I have not heard whether or not the Baltimore County State's Attorney is looking into this. I'm not certain if the ACLU, the Innocence Project, like there needs to be other outside organizations, outside attorneys that can file like motions and shit, briefs and shit to try to get this young man out of jail. Now, I have seen interviews with his attorney who basically reinforced what the mother said, that the county, the prosecutors, when Sterling was initially tried, they had no evidence. They had no forensic evidence. I don't even believe they found the gun, right? So they had no fingerprints, no DNA, nothing linking Sterling to this murder. How were they able to convince a jury that he did it? I know how. Racisms. That's how. But I mean, it just continue. I mean, it should not boggle the mind. It should not surprise any of us. But I still get shocked. And I shouldn't be. And I'm furious at my own naivete and sort of wishful thinking that the obvious truth and justice will become plain, and that people who did not do certain things will be set free. And that obviously is not the case. This kid is doing 115 years. He said the whole time he didn't do it. Did anybody listen to him? Besides his mother, besides his public defender? Doesn't sound like it. But Antonio Hart, the man on the Instagram live making the multiple murder confessions. I have a lot of questions about who he was, how he came up, and I can't say that I'm that I 100% lack empathy for him, because I don't. Even though he sounds like a fucking monster, he sounds like he was absolutely a terror and a menace out here on the streets of Baltimore and of the county. But I know he didn't just become that way. Like, I don't believe he was born that way. How did he get this way? 2010, that's 13 years ago. He's 31. So he was a old teenager, very young 20 something when he allegedly committed these murders, per his confession. Why is he out here responsible for so many murders? Why is it our young men feel as though this is the way to resolve disputes, to resolve conflict? You know what I'm saying? You just shoot at 3 people not bothering you on a Halloween. Why? Because you could. And where was the police? Tracking the wrong person, convicting the wrong person. Where was the police on some of these other unsolved homicides that Antonio Hart claimed credit for? Obviously not getting his fucking ass off the goddamn streets. I assure you, when the police surrounded his home in that standoff, it wasn't because of the murders that he just admitted to. It was for some other shit, right? And unfortunately, in Baltimore County in recent weeks and Baltimore City, there's been a lot of hostage standoffs and tragically 16-year-olds being murdered. Again, when you do certain searching in Baltimore, it's like, God damn, this wasn't even the tragic event that I was searching for. This is a whole different tragic event that lines up very closely with the one I was looking for, but happened in a whole different anyway. So you guys, and these are the same people that want more money for policing. We need some accountability. We need to know who the detectives were, who worked this homicide, who was the Baltimore County prosecutor. Oh, and let me tell you guys. Okay, so the first package that we watched from WBAL, where it interviewed the murder victims' family members, that was from 2010. Yeah. When I went to search specifically videos from when Sterling Matthews was convicted and when he was sentenced to 115 years, curiously, none of the local Baltimore media outlets, none of the main ones, WBAL, which is the NBC, WJZ, which is the CBS, and fucking WMAR, which is the ABC, none of these Bammers had those videos up posted on their website. They had the story, they had the text, but all the videos connected to the sentencing of Sterling Matthews to 115 years, all the videos of their live reporting were gone mysteriously. I thought that was very telling. And when that happens, I want you guys to clock it, because these are some of these media outlets' attempt at sort of scrubbing and reframing the narrative, because I can only imagine the fawning coverage and the praise heaped upon police and prosecutors by some of these local media outlets in securing this conviction of surrounding the murder tragically of the 16-year-old on Halloween night. I wanted to hear what the tone was, because I know. I mean, every mainstream outlet is guilty of propaganda, but I'm telling y'all, the TV outlets in Baltimore, plus the Baltimore Sun, are notorious propaganda public relations spinners, right? They take up for Baltimore City Police, Baltimore County Police. They take up for the police at every turn. And I think it was with a lot of intention and deliberation that I could not find the coverage of when Sterling Matthews was sentenced to 115 years. Come on, y'all don't think that was something that the local news would have covered? Of course they would have covered that shit. They would have been standing right outside the Townsend courthouse with the live update. The verdict and the sentencing has come down 115 years, and yet no videos. Where did videos go, everybody? I know where they went. Don't try to clean up the shit now, Channel 11. Y'all was all in favor of the lynching of this young man, of Sterling Matthews, and sentenced him to 115 years, meaning that this kid received a sentence of which he will never come home from unless intervention is taken, and it needs to be taken immediately. And this is not the first time that we, even on this platform, have seen in the state of Maryland someone be held and prosecuted for something that they didn't do. The story of Keith Davis Jr. Really cannot be told enough. If you don't know who Keith Davis Jr. is, we have playlists and shit on the website, on the channel. In short, Keith Davis Jr. was held in jail for 7 years for basically a murder that he did not commit. Marilyn Mosby, the former Baltimore state's attorney, maliciously prosecuted Keith several times, like plurals, 4, 5, 6, 7 times for some shit that he didn't do. Finally, when Marilyn Mosby was ousted from office in an election, the person who came after her decided not to prosecute Keith anymore and set him free. But he spent 7 years in jail for some shit that he didn't do. And we think about that sort of as like a relic, perhaps, of the 20th century. Oh, well, they didn't have DNA. The police, then weren't searching forensics, or they weren't interviewing. No. The cops they do piss poor police work right now. With all the tools and the technology, they still are too fucking lazy to actually find the real perpetrators of shit. And let this sad tale of multiple lives fucked up. Daquan Burke murdered on Halloween. His killer, Antonio, because he was not apprehended and because police picked up the wrong boy and prosecuted him, Antonio was allowed to kill others. Many others, it sounds as though, right? So really, the police ineptitude and incompetence is responsible. They should be taking credit for all Antonio's subsequent homicides, right? Because their piss poor policing let this serial killer roam free for over a decade while an innocent boy languished in Maryland penitentiary, in the big boy penitentiary. They didn't send him to the fucking youth services. They sent him to the penitentiary. Antonio said on the IG that Sterling Matthews is up Cumberland right now, y'all. Cumberland is out Western Maryland, but one of the bigger penitentiaries in the state. This is where this kid is. He's not a kid anymore, but he was when he went. And this, you can lay all of this at the feet of poverty, of capitalism, of white supremacy, and of course, the failed institution. Well, I can't even call it a failed institution of policing because I guess it's doing what it's supposed to do. Putting niggas in jail. Not even necessarily guilty niggas, literally any niggas. Any fucking niggas they can find and put in jail for any fucking thing. They will. And I suppose that is ultimately the real role of the police. So we want to send solidarity vibes to Sterling Matthews, to his family, to his supporters. I will keep you guys posted as updates come in. But I mean, where the fuck is Westmore, bitch ass, on this shit? I hope Westmore was watching Baltimore news and decided to, accelerate the freedom process for Sterling Matthews, because what's the fucking point of having a black governor if you're not gonna move to help black people? But we know that's not why Westmore is in there. Westmore is there to be cute, I guess. Anyway, ask Westmore when he's gonna free Sterling Matthews and get back to me on that. Let me take a little page for the cash, little children. Y'all not children. Y'all are big adults. Thank you so much to, is it None or Noni, for becoming a new member. Book. Thank you so much. We appreciate the membership support. I told y'all YouTube be acting like a whole hoe. This bitch. And I wonder if that's why YouTube is demonetizing my videos, because I keep calling it names. Well, I think I'm going to keep calling it names because, they deserve it. I don't know what else to say. I didn't do it. YouTube did it. YouTube did it. Didn't they do it? Anyway, y'all, thank you all so much for being here. Shout out to Stranger Than Friction. Appreciate it. Oh, I'd like to wish a very happy birthday to one of my baby fathers. His name is Phil Collins. Then you're like, Kim, how could Phil Collins be one of your baby fathers? Because if you listen to Phil Collins music, Phil feels, oh. And what Phil lacks in voice, he makes up for in lyric and depth of emotion. Even and again, I'm not dissing Phil Collins' voice, maybe a little bit, but not. But anyway, it's Phil Collins' birthday, and I wanted to wish Phil a happy birthday. I think Phil is about 82 years old. No, he's probably, I don't know. I think he's what, 72 or 3, something like that. I've always been a fan of Phil Collins and Genesis. Do not judge me. I will accept no judgment, and I will also not accept any Genesis or Phil Collins slander, please and thank you. I would like to ask my mods, please, if you hear anybody throwing shade on Philip David Collins, please show them to the door, please, and thank you. I would greatly appreciate it. Anyway, gang, I gotta say, Will, turn your music off if you could. Turn the TV off for a second. Put your shirt on. Go put your shirt on. I don't know why I just imagine Will pushing all the buttons shirtless. Maybe that's my objectification. How I like to fantasize the men who do work for me. I imagine them doing it half naked, and I said, "Yep, I support this." And I was even giving thought to marriage again. Sometimes I'll get asked, Kim, you ever going to get married? You ever going to take a husband? And I think I've come to a solution. I will take 3 husbands. Thank you so much. At the same time, yes, thank you. We will work out a schedule. I do not want one husband. I think I would like 3. And they all live with me. And I get to tell them all what to do. What's up, Will?
What's up? How y'all doing?
How you feel?
Chilling.
I'm glad to hear it. You put a shirt on?
I always have clothes on. To your
I don't believe
knowledge.
that.
to your knowledge, I always
But
have clothes on.
in my mind's eye tells me otherwise. My mind's eye, I see you in your undershirt and in your boxers with your socks
No.
on, pushing buttons.
You don't know my life, Kim. You're projecting, okay?
Oh God, sounds like I nailed it. Actually,
You're projecting. I'm
Actually.
comfortable.
I want you to be comfortable, Will. You know what I'm saying, I want all my lovelies to be comfortable.
Oh, here you go. Hold on.
Will, I was gonna do that second story. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do the second story. So
Friday.
Yeah, we'll do it Friday.
About Cop City getting 330 million. Friday too.
Well, there's that. Hold on, let me see if I can send you a video real quick, because I was gonna wait on the update on Marilyn Mosby, but this shit is hilarious. This shit is getting funny. Are you familiar with what's going on?
Well, Marilyn Mosby and stuff. No.
Yeah. Oh, nigga. She said that Nick Mosby did everything. She said, no, it was that nigga. I didn't do nothing. That nigga did everything.
It was the educated brother from the bank.
Dog.
It was this is bigger than Nino Brown.
This thing is bigger than Nino Brown. But like, Nick Mosby is out here looking terrible. Not to say he looked great to begin with, but it seems as though, I don't know if Nick was tricking on hoes. Like, it's like, nigga, how you fuck up the money? Like, how you fuck up the money that bad?
You said it, tricking. That's a good start.
I bet you know what? Let me not get caught up in no slander. It is my opinion that Nick Mosby might have been out here tricking off on hoes because I do not understand how he done fucked up the money that bad. He told her that oh, this is the playlist. I'm looking at the wrong fucking shit. Look at me trying to wrong and loud. He told her apparently they showed pictures of the Mosbys with all these big piles of unopened mail. Marilyn Mosby says she had no idea that they owed $45,000 in a tax lien. Now, Will, have you ever owed any money on taxes?
First of all, no.
You haven't? Well, that's awesome. I am quite happy for you that you have never owed taxes. Well, and I don't think I've owed. No, that's not true. I did owe taxes once. And you know what the IRS did to me, y'all? Have you raise your hand if you've ever had this happen? Have you ever filed taxes and you're expecting a refund? And them niggas say psych. Them niggas come through and debo your fucking refund and be like, oh, you thought this was your refund? Actually, this is definitely our refund. We will be taking this. Looks like you might have defaulted on a student loan payment or several. So no, this is actually our refund. My point is,
Kim spent the money, y'all, already. She was counting. She's like, I'm gonna get that refund, and it won't there.
Will, but you understand that was me and little money. You feel me? Like them niggas took a stack from me. They took a stack from me. Look at it's I put it at the top of the doc. It's a YouTube link. Them niggas took a stack from me. So imagine if I owed them niggas 45 racks. Do you think there is any way in the world I would not have known that me or my household was in debt to the feds for $45K? How the fuck you don't know that? But okay, she say she ain't know it.
Especially being the DA. Like, don't you got people, that handle that type of stuff for her? I don't know.
Well, we already surmised, we did some loose calculations. Remember when Marilyn Mosby was the Baltimore State's attorney, she was earning a salary north of $200,000 maybe. And I think Nick Mosby was, $100K plus. So they had a household income of over $300,000, right? So they wasn't scraping to make ends meet. And if they was, silly on them. They should have took some financial literacy classes. Ain't that right, people?
They ain't earned their leisure. Oh, they was
niggas trying to earn their leisure, right? So anyway, this trial, again, Marilyn Mosby, the former Baltimore State's attorney, facing federal charges, already been convicted of 2 counts of perjury in a previous trial. Now the second trial is for mortgage fraud, in which Miss Mosby is accused of knowingly filling out mortgage forms, claiming that the 2 residences that they bought, her and her husband bought in Florida, she lied and said that they were going to be her primary residences. It's like, how the fuck was that going to happen when y'all asses had just got reelected? How the fuck was y'all going to be full-time Florida residents while y'all Baltimore public servants? Make it make sense. But anyway, you got the link, Will.
Yeah, I got it.
Run that. Watch this shit, y'all.
In the federal trial of former Baltimore City State's attorney Marilyn Mosby. City Council President Nick Mosby testifying he lied to reporters about a tax lien on his home to keep the truth from his wife. Prosecutors argue Marilyn Mosby lied about that tax lien on mortgage applications for 2 vacation homes in Florida. Good evening, everybody. I'm Mary Bubala. Kai is off tonight. The City Council President's testimony raising questions about how fit he is to hold that office.
Makes his credibility even worse if it's possible to think it was good in the first place.
And that is not the only concerning piece of information to come out of today's proceedings. Fox 45's Mackenzie Frost takes a closer look at what happened in court today.
Walking into the federal courthouse in Greenbelt Monday morning.
Great.
You anticipate another long day?
I'm not sure.
City Council President Nick Mosby reserving his comments for the stand, where under oath taking responsibility for the couple's ballooning tax debt. From the beginning, Marilyn Mosby's defense has been she did not know about the couple's $45,000 tax lien on her home in Baltimore before she bought the 2 vacation homes in Florida. Nick Mosby telling the jury he hid the tax troubles from his wife. These photos of garbage bags, canvas bags, piles, all unopened mail shown to the jury indicate the disorganized mail in the Mosby's home. Taken this year, Nick Mosby says the images are an accurate depiction. An IRS agent testifying that the agency sent the Mosbys as many as 40 letters notifying them of the tax debt and eventual lien. After Marilyn Mosby was first indicted in January of 2022, her legal team scoffed at our questions about the mail.
So you're saying that she didn't open the mail?
It appears that answer is yes. Now the defense argues Marilyn Mosby trusted her husband to take care of the tax problems, especially since Nick says he was the one who handled the couple's tax filings. Nick also admitting to keeping his deep financial trouble a secret. Monday, Nick was asked specifically about this news conference in November of 2020.
Your tax issue's been resolved.
Yes, thank you.
Held outside City Hall when he was asked about the tax lien, then telling the city,
I said that it would be done in the coming days, and I've been able to settle that.
The city council president now telling the jury he lied because he did not want his wife to find out.
You're admitting to having a credibility issue, and you can't have it both ways.
Jeremy Eldridge is an attorney not affiliated with this case, but says Nick Mosby's testimony will make it hard for a jury to believe what he's saying.
And once you admit to having a serious credibility issue in court, it's very difficult to then say, well, I lied then, but I had a good reason for it.
But Nick's time under oath doesn't stop there. Monday, prosecutors allege the city council president repeatedly committed perjury on tax forms. Nick's financial woes date back almost a decade, where from 2014 to 2018, wages were garnished to pay off student loan debt. His car got repossessed twice, and he fell behind on mortgage payments. Prosecutors also claim in the same years, Nick Mosby wrote off charitable donations. More information about Nick's previous tax filings are expected to come later. Monday afternoon, Nick Mosby finally excused as Marilyn Mosby's mortgage fraud trial continues into the third week. In Baltimore, Mackenzie Frost, Fox 45 News.
As City Council President, Nick Mosby also sits on the Board of Estimates, which approves all city contracts. Political analyst John Dede says this testimony is going to leave voters questioning whether they can trust Mosby to handle the city's business.
All these things coming out create an extreme increase of a lack of trust because of all this that has gone on. And I think that right now, he's got to think about what's the plan 2-3 years down the road. I think voters are going to look at it in the end, and whereas they may have felt sorry for him in some respects regarding Marilyn Mosby, I think a lot of people, this trial is bringing out that really he wasn't really truthful in a lot of things regarding with the feds, regarding with Marilyn Mosby, and a variety of other things. And in many ways, he's tarnished his reputation more.
And this isn't the first time revelations from the federal case against Marilyn Mosby has led.
You can cut that, Will. That's quite enough of the Mosbys. Guys, y'all. Let me get your thoughts about any of this. And I know in the scheme of things, this is all very low level petty. This is some paperwork shit. But again, we told you guys what Marilyn Mosby, what she was like as the city's top prosecutor. She was not, I believe, a good steward of that role. Well, maybe she was actually. Shit. The prosecutor's job is to put niggas in jail. She was outstanding. She did a great job. But just a reminder, Nick Mosby, who is the president of the Baltimore City Council, it is he that has made this proposal for a cop city in Baltimore City on the campus of Coppin State University, a $300 million whatever the fuck, right? And it sounds like Nick Mosby was out here broke boy. And Will, if you would, Will, the way you going? I need your Baltimore perspective on this. Because look at the Mosbys out here just doing any old thing when it comes to the money. Telling reporters any old fucking thing. Nick Mosby out here allegedly telling his wife any old fucking thing. How I'm telling you, when is the babies gonna pop up? I know this nigga got some secret kids out here in the street because these is all movements of a nigga that's got way more secrets in the closet than what we have been made apprised of.
He gonna run with his new family.
Mm. Because they did divorce, by the way. The Mosbys are divorced. Now, I don't believe that they divorced because their relationship deteriorated. Maybe it did, but I think that they divorced in the interest of trying to protect some assets, right? Because it's looking like Marilyn Mosby might receive some more federal convictions. She may have to pay, a significant fine or some sort of restitution or whatever. And, them niggas don't want to be homeless. So they wanted to make sure that her shit didn't capsize their whole shit. So that's why I think they divorced to try to keep the assets separate. But do you buy that these niggas was not opening mail for years, Will?
Come on. The good brother Latif in the chat is said he called him bullshit, and I think I'm concurring with, because it's I'm like crabbing crazy mail. Shit, we all could. I could spend a lot more money if I could just scatter some mail around this month. Right.
The bills?
I'm getting a new text bracket. What bills? I don't even know.
I didn't even see them bills. You know, the last time I checked my mail, am I responsible for bills that I don't open? How does that work? Surely the answer is no, right?
They cleared it medically.
So long as the bills remain unopened, my responsibility is nil here, right? I don't owe shit.
How can you prove that I got it if it wasn't open?
These are the questions Nick Mosby is trying to find out, y'all. And now back to Marilyn Mosby. You know this nigga had his wages garnished. Don't act like you didn't know that your husband was having his wages garnished. You knew your husband had it. You knew this nigga had his car repossessed. Why the fuck you letting him handle the finances, Marilyn? Why you letting him handle the finances?
Because she had her own bank account. That's why. She was like, yeah, here you go. Here you go. Damn, he doing all of that. She got a home in Turkey Caicos right here. Like, what?
But again, I don't know Nick Mosby's education or his professional background before he became a professional politician. But I'm pretty sure this nigga was not an accountant, right? So it's like, sis, run y'all shit to H&R Block. Why are you letting this man who don't open the fucking mail, who had his car repossessed, who had his wages garnished, why are you letting him file the taxes, prepare the taxes? And I'm sorry, do not buy that she did not know that they collectively as a couple, as a unit, owed $45,000. You didn't know $45,000? Them niggas snatched my whole income refund over a stack. They took my whole shit behind a few missed student loan payments, and you owe these niggas $45K and you didn't know? Stop.
You think Marilyn Mosby? She don't even, her aura don't even give off like, yo, I'm just, not. I'm just along for the ride. He's just so great. He's so charismatic. He's so like, what? Shit,
right,
man. She ain't become the DA because of that.
Right. There's nothing about her energy that says, I just let Nick just handle everything. I just let Nick take care of everything. Fuck no. Fuck no. She was telling that nigga how to dress. What you mean you was letting him handle the finances all by itself?
I wonder who ran. She probably was a lawyer first. He probably was just along for the ride.
Two bougies in a pan, the two peas in a pod. So anyway, I find it very apropos that the irony of Marilyn Mosby herself being responsible for putting people in jail, and now she herself potentially faces jail, and then Nick Mosby, the idea man behind the Baltimore Cop City. Now I have real questions like, who are some of the developers? Who is proposing this Cop City, and have these people made contributions to the Mosby campaigns in any way? Like that, like this nigga's broke. This nigga's susceptible to be corrupted and bribed. You feel me? Elected officials in Baltimore City go down for gift card misusage. What is this nigga doing? What is Nick Mosby out here doing?
Bare minimum gift cards. Allegedly. Alleged.
No, you don't have to say allegedly. She was convicted for that. Should
Well,
the
I'm
people
saying
get
he
convicted
ain't
of?
getting no conviction yet.
Oh, he ain't getting no
So
conviction.
yeah,
No,
that's
but I
also,
mean, but we speculating. This is our opinion. This is an opinion based program. We are not asserting any facts. We are just openly questioning. We got questions. Who got their hand in Nick Mosby's pocket? Thanks, Will.
no problem, G.
What is the tenor of the city? Are people interested in this, or does nobody give a fuck? Are people finally are hoping that the days of Baltimore City having to engage in any meaningful way with the Mosbys as a unit? Are they happy that they getting these niggas to fuck about the paint, or is it? Oh man, why are they picking on Nick Mosby?
I'm gonna ask him. I'm gonna ask around. I don't know yet, but Baltimore is just we surviving. So we like, man, yeah. Niggas is going to jail. As long as they ain't one of my niggas. That's really what it be. But
Well,
yeah,
anyway.
I'll ask around. We'll circle back on that.
Mm-hmm.
I asked
Yeah.
you with them, like, y'all know about Marilyn Mosby.
Yo, going to jail, yo.
Right. That's all it is.
And shout out to Baltimore, you guys. You guys, from a linguistics perspective, Baltimore lingo, the AAVE, the African American Vernacular English version that operates in Baltimore City, has been credited with coming up with one of the first or few non-gender specific pronouns. Yo is a pronoun. Yo is non-gender specific. Anybody could be yo. Unlike Philadelphia, where John, anybody can be a John, but John originally meant female or girl, right? Anyway, that's it. Let me log the fuck off. I gotta go smoke some weed. I gotta address dinner. Gotta do some things and figure out what in the hell we gonna talk about on the Remix Morning Show tomorrow. Because I didn't have not now a story prepared. But I will be prepared tomorrow. I was not prepared this morning. I was somewhat prepared tonight. But I'm glad that you guys got a chance to see that shit. Because the cops ain't shit out here, y'all. Cops ain't shit. Cops do not keep us safe. The cops do not solve crimes. The cops do not put murderers in jail. I don't know what the fuck the cops do. Fucking shit up. That's what they do. Good night, everybody. Peace to 40J Blaze. What's up to my niece Alicia? Thank you so much, Alicia, for checking in. Peace to Lady Alex. Thank you guys so much. Dawn Bird. Yippa99. Peace to Latif, as always. Shout out to Court. There go my son, Tyler. Tyler. Hi, Tyler. What's up to who is these other niggas? What's up, Holly? What's up to these other niggas? Who is this? What's up, Wendy? What's up to everybody? Shout out to Tasha Timo Mosley. What's up, Raul Glasgow? Raul. Ooh, we got a Raul. Raul Glasgow. That's an interesting name. Thanks, Raul. You're not Raul's pizza sauce. Shout out to Afra. Big up to Afra. Shout out to who else am I shouting out? I don't know. Everybody, the Black Power Media crew, the remixers, all you up niggas. All right. Y'all have a good rest of y'all evening. I'll see y'all back on BPM tomorrow morning. We'll see y'all back here on Friday for a more complete edition of Burn It Down with Kim Brown. I appreciate you guys showing a lot of patience with me as always. So we will see y'all back here. Shout out to Anna Hart, Mama Lorraine, and Learn Life Abby. Appreciate you guys so much. Oh, yeah, no, I'll save that for the support chat. We'll do that. We'll talk about that in a couple weeks. All right, guys. I will see y'all back here Friday. Thanks so much to Will and Molly. And I'll see y'all later. See y'all later. Bye-bye. Doses, niggas.